All right, so let's look at connecting to a wireless network from a Windows 8 standpoint now. I heard some of you groan there a little bit, and it's okay. It's really okay. Let's talk about Windows 8. This process doesn't differ a whole lot from Windows 7, but it looks a lot different. So they spiced it up. They added the GUI. Okay? So it looks different, but in reality, not that different. How we connect, though, is a little different. So here we can see the networks that are available. We can see all the options here. We got here through the same way we got there last time, through the network icon on the menu bar. All right. We can also get here through the control panel and going through networks, all the same ways, just looks a little different. Now we have airplane mode added. Okay. We have Wi-Fi on or off. And then again, we have all these networks. Again, we got rid of the gold shield with the exclamation point. It is now just a white shield with an exclamation point, but that means unsecured. Whoa. Unsecured. That's what that means. And it's rated by strength on the right. So the stronger the network signal is, the more we'll see it. Okay, now one of the things that is new in Windows 8 is Charms. If we scroll over the right-hand side of the window in Windows 8, you get that window that pops out. And then you would go to Settings, Charms, then Settings. Once you get Charms and Settings, then you choose Wireless. Now that's the screen we see right here in front of us, right? We're not on a desktop in this version of, in this screenshot of Windows 8. If we were on the desktop, we could go to the menu bar just like we have in the past. But when you're not on the desktop in Windows 8, you go to Charms, Settings, and then you can click on Wireless, and you get this exact screen right here. But what if we wanted more information about our connections? We wanted to dive down deep. Well, here you can see we can get there, but let me jump back a slide and show you something. So we're back a slide. If we look up here, right here, View Connection Settings. If we click on that, that brings us to here. Okay, so that leads us down the rabbit hole here. Like I said, nothing's really changed in the background. They just GUI'd this up. Use that as an adjective. It's been GUI'd. All right, so we have our network, we have our connections, airplane mode, proxy settings, home group settings, workplace. So we have lots of settings that we have available here. So let's take a look. When we look at our connections, we can see what we're connected to. Once we dive deeper into our connection, we can see our data usage. We can see our metered connection, if it's on or off. Find devices or content for that particular network. We can see the properties listed, including IP addresses, DNS servers, all the information that we need for that particular network to get a more robust understanding of what's going on. One of the things, if you wanted to check and see if DHCP was down for that particular network, this is where you'd look. So lots of interesting information here that is useful in the troubleshooting sense. We're not really going to dive into the troubleshooting now, but I really wanted you to know where to look, right? The student guide doesn't really go into why you would need this information. A lot of this information is very, very important for troubleshooting. You can see here we're using 802.11n. This is WPA2 personal, right? We already knew that, right? If we're using 802.11n, we would be using what? WPA2 of some type. N and AC require WPA2, that four-way handshake after the eat process. But if you don't remember that, please go back and review that lesson on WPA.